Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Trina and Joss. They're both coming across as confused little girls. But the thing is, Joss looks a lot worse in this scenario. Because Joss has been dating Cam a whole lot longer. Cam has been there for Joss for a hot minute. Trina, on the other hand, the whole reason why this is so annoying to watch, her flip-flopping, talking about Spencer and Rory, and it's not fair to Rory, and I should sit there and just end it now, or I should sit there and tell him, like, the whole reason why this whole thing is annoying. A couple of factors. They've been together for 3 months. This dude is already sitting there celebrating a 3 month anniversary. That's weird. Then he talks about how he's in love with her. Definitely too fast. Right then and there, Trina should just be like, you know what, maybe we should slow things down. I don't know if this is going to work out or whatever. Because the dude's moving way too fast. Okay? Let's just forget Spencer for a minute. I feel like that's just moving way too fast. This whole flip-flopping, I don't know if I want to be with. I mean, granted, it's annoying to watch. It's just annoying to watch. In this whole scene, it seems like that the only thing she's going to decide to do is tell Rory how she feels about Spencer, and then say, well, if we have a future, then I'm going to be, I have to be honest and just see where it goes. What? I don't get that. You either want to be with Spencer, you want to give it a go, or you want to be with Rory. This whole back and forth is just stupid. Now, Spencer get out, he goes to Kelly's, chops it up with Dante for a little bit, and Dante leaves. And he pretty much just catches up, play catch up with Cam about what's been going on as far as Trina and how she feels and how he feels about her. Um, Cam still has no idea that it's over between him and Josh. He's meant to talk about everything is fine, and I'm just like, no, it's not. So talking about that, Dex shows up, and Cam, like a spiteful brat, makes him wait while he's sitting there talking about the whole thing that went down between Josh and everything. Long story short, this dude just comes across as jealous. Okay? Comes across as jealous. And, after Dex is like, yo, does anybody work here? Of course, it's kind of a disturbance. He comes over there and helps him out or whatever, and he goes in the back, and Spencer, like the privileged prick that he is, walks up to Dex and is like, oh, so you work for my uncle. So you work for me. You're a child. In his eyes, practically, you're a child talking to a grown-ass man. Talking about you work for me. If you don't go sit your... I'm like, are you kidding me? Now, Josh comes over with some toys or whatever, and, Cam opens the door, and she comes into Spencer talk about, leave her, leave Josh alone or whatever. Now, I'm surprised that Josh didn't sit there and really come at Spencer like, yo, don't, I can sit there and fight my own battles. Like, I'm good. I don't need you, forbid me or telling people who can or can't see me. I was expecting something. That didn't happen. And Dante was there before, and Dante was like, just stay out of trouble. So, while Dex is looking the other way, Spencer decides to sit there and take the coward's way out and punch him in the face. And I'm like, you. Funny, he didn't have that same energy when he was dealing with the other guy in jail. But of course, he takes a cheap shot at Dex because he knows that Dex works for Sonny. Thinking about, that ass whooping that he took from that guy, I don't feel bad for him anymore. Now, I'm just looking at this whole thing and I'm just like, obviously, they're not going to put him back in jail. Of course, that kind of sucks. It just basically sits there and says that he can do whatever he wants because he has money and everything. Oh my goodness. I just have this fantasy of just Dex just really going in on Spencer, just whooping his ass. I would pay good money to see that happen. Now, old Brick is sitting there hitting the bag pretty heavy. Nina comes over and asks what's going on. Now, at first, she doesn't say anything. She just kind of keeps quiet. But she does eventually tell Nina that Britt has, the disease, the Huntington's disease. And, this is why she's so messed up. Now, Sonny walks over, and old Brick at first, goes in on Sonny and talk about, oh, you walked in on a private conversation, this, that, and the third. And I was just like, you didn't realize that all this is his, right? Like, he can pretty much kind of walk and breathe wherever he wants. So I was really about to sit there and go in. But Sonny comes over and he talks about, his time with his dad and Alzheimer's and everything like that. Alzheimer's. And how, spending time with him, even when he was at his worst and everything, was comforting and stuff like that. Just really kind of open up his heart and everything and open up a vein to kind of get her to understand that, yeah, it's tough, but you're going to be there for your daughter. You're going to deal with this, and you're going to be strong for your daughter. And after that, Nina's like, I'm not going to say anything, this, that, and third. I'm like, I feel like in some ways you just told the wrong person, but hopefully Nina can actually do something right and just keep her mouth shut. And towards the end, old Brick even, hugged Sonny and thanked him for sharing his story. That was nice. That was nice. Given everything that old Brick did to the people that Sonny loved, you still showed her kindness. And, it was probably the best moment in this episode. I will sit there and say this before I move on to the next couple of things, that sometimes to, I guess, help people, it's not so much as sitting there saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm here for you, or this, that, and the third. Sometimes you gotta sit there and open up something about yourself. I guess open up a vein to really kind of show that, that you really want to help someone. Because sometimes, people sit there and be like, are you okay? Or, I'm always here to sit there and talk to, and this, that, and the third. And it sounds nice and it's pleasant and everything, but it's like, it's not like it's meaningless, but it doesn't really do anything, if that makes sense. Now, in the beginning, I was sitting there wondering about this whole story that, Jordan was sitting there telling, well, that Rory and Jordan was sitting there talking about some woman that Rory stayed with, and eventually they pressed charges and stuff like that, and how he was really there for her, this, that, and the third. I was wondering where it was going. But towards the end, he went to go and check on her. He opened the door and no one's there, but then it looked like somebody was going to sneak up behind him. Now, people wasn't just saying he was going to get, the hook or whatever, but I don't know. Only thing they really did talk about when Dante was there was that the venom was from a snake that's not even in the USA, whatever, that was smuggled and stuff like that, and that you've been taking a lot of. This person's been taking a lot of breaks. Why is that? Well, I mean that the hook killer has taken a lot of breaks, and Rory's like, oh, maybe it's done. Maybe the hook killer went away, whatever. And I was wondering what I was going, but I don't know. And one of the scenes that was just a complete and utter waste of time because it literally went nowhere, and that was the Cody and Maxie scenes. And the reason why it really went nowhere was that Maxie, was sitting there talking to Cody about Austin, about being upset, society setups and everything like that, and blackmailing Spinelli, and she's upset with him. Well, Cody's like, all right, so are you still going to give him another chance? Are you done with him, or like, are you mad at him? Are you going to forgive him? And she didn't really answer. So it was like, okay. No, Cody sit there and talk about his end was Britt, losing the necklace, and that was pretty much about it. It seemed like it was kind of a waste of a scene, to be honest. Um, and of course, Max was like, "Oh, well, why is all guys, I hate when they sit there and say all guys. Like, yo, also don't speak for everyone. Don't do that. Plus, another reason why that actually pisses me off is because she'll be the first person to be upset if somebody sat there and said all girls do this, that, and the third. It always blows me whenever people sit there and generalize an entire gender based off of one person's bad actions. Why does all guys can't sit there and communicate with their feelings? Uh, okay, that felt offensive. But again, the scene really went nowhere. So then there's Brad and Britt. And Britt's not there talking about her will and how she's going to leave everything to him, and hopefully that he can sit there and use the money or whatever to get away from Miss Wu. And I'm just sitting there thinking, Brad, why aren't you not, really questioning her about like what's going on? Like why do you have a will for? I guess maybe because they work in the medical field, it's very important for them, to have a will or whatever. But it's just very ominous talk about like a will and stuff. I was like, Britt, you're like what, 30 something? Like what are you talking about a will for? I just felt like he should have probably pressed her a little bit more about it. But it was just talking about the party and everything like that. It's gonna be the party of all parties, and that's pretty much about it. Now before I go, I didn't do a review on Days. If you also watch Days, and the reason why I didn't do a review on Days is because, well, nothing really happened on it. Like I tried to do the review like about 4 times, and nothing happened of it. It was like cool. Ava's gonna sit there and blow people up, and talking to her dead son, which is really her imagination. That was about it. Everything else was like surface level nothingness. That's sad. I literally was just like, I have nothing to say about this episode. But with that being said, if you did want to sit there and talk about the episode anyway, I'm doing a live tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Always do it Monday through Friday. So if there's ever a episode show that I don't get to, most likely I probably watched it, and we could just sit there and just chop it up, butt it, then. Anyway, with that being said, I think that's pretty much about it. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.